Welcome, history buffs and legal eagles. Buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wonderfully weird, outrageously unexpected, and sometimes downright baffling world of Supreme Court decisions. Prepare to have your jaw drop, your eyebrows raise, and maybe even your coffee spit out. We're talking about rulings so shocking, so unexpected, they'll make you question everything you thought you knew about justice. Let's start with a case that's practically a textbook example of reality is stranger than fiction. The Dred Scott decision of 1857. Now I know what you're thinking. Slavery was bad, we all know that. But the sheer audacity of this ruling takes the cake. The Supreme Court, in its infinite wisdom, decided that enslaved people were not, and could never be, citizens of the United States. Can you imagine? Human beings stripped of their fundamental rights by the highest court in the land. It's a decision that sent shockwaves through the nation, further fueling the flames of the already simmering conflict that would eventually erupt into the Civil War. It's a chilling reminder of how deeply flawed the system can be, even at its highest levels. I wonder what planet the justices were on when they delivered that verdict. Then there's Plessy v. Ferguson in 1896. This one's a doozy. The Supreme Court, in its infinite wisdom again, decided that separate but equal facilities for Black and white Americans were constitutional. Separate but equal. The sheer hypocrisy is staggering. This decision, which legalized segregation for decades, paved the way for Jim Crow laws and a legacy of systemic racism that continues to plague our nation to this day. The absurdity of the argument, the sheer injustice of the outcome, it's frankly astounding. It's a decision that highlights the deep-seated biases that can permeate even the most supposedly impartial institutions. You'll find yourself shaking your head in disbelief, wondering how such a ruling could ever have been made. Roe v. Wade in 1973. This decision, which established a woman's constitutional right to an abortion, remains one of the most polarizing and debated rulings in Supreme Court history. The passionate arguments on both sides, the deeply held beliefs, the legal intricacies, it's a case that continues to shape the political landscape and spark fierce debate even today. The sheer weight of the decision, its impact on women's lives and reproductive rights, is something that still resonates deeply. It is a case that shows how the Supreme Court's decisions can have profound and lasting implications on society. And then, of course, there's the overturning of Roe v. Wade in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization in 2022. This decision, which effectively ended the constitutional right to abortion, shocked many and reignited the intense debate surrounding reproductive rights. The swiftness of the shift, the dramatic reversal of decades of precedent, it was a seismic event in American legal history. The fallout from this decision is still unfolding, and its long-term implications are yet to be fully understood. This was a case that truly highlighted the evolving nature of legal interpretations and the enduring power of the Supreme Court to shape the course of American life. Now let's talk about Citizens United v. FEC in 2010. This one's a bit of a head-scratcher. The Supreme Court ruled that corporations and unions have the same First Amendment rights as individuals, which means they can spend unlimited amounts of money on political campaigns. Unlimited money in politics. When you hear that lawyer's defense, you'll spit out your coffee. The implications of this decision are profound and far-reaching, raising serious questions about the influence of money in politics and the potential for corruption. It's a decision that has fundamentally altered the landscape of American political discourse and continues to fuel debates about campaign finance reform. Let's not forget Kelo v. City of New London in 2005. This case involved the use of eminent domain, the government's power to seize private property for public use. But the definition of public use became incredibly elastic in this case. The City of New London took private property, not for a road or a school, but to give it to a private developer. The Supreme Court, in a controversial 5-4 decision, upheld the city's actions. The outrage that followed was palpable, raising serious concerns about the government's power and the rights of property owners. The implications are far-reaching and continue to be debated. These are just a few examples of Supreme Court decisions that have sent shockwaves through the nation, challenged our understanding of law and justice, and sparked heated debates that continue to resonate today. Each case offers a glimpse into the complex interplay of legal principles, political pressures, and societal values that shape the Supreme Court's decisions, and in turn, the very fabric of our society. They remind us that the pursuit of justice is an ongoing process, a constant negotiation between competing interests and ideals. The Supreme Court's influence extends far beyond the courtroom. Its rulings shape our laws, our culture, and our understanding of fundamental rights. The cases we've discussed today are not just historical footnotes. They are living examples of the power of the court to shape the course of history and to reflect, or sometimes to dramatically reshape, the values of the nation. They are a testament to the enduring tension between legal precedent, societal change, and the ever-evolving interpretation of the Constitution. It's also important to remember that these decisions are not made in a vacuum. They are the product of a complex interplay of legal arguments, political considerations, and the personal beliefs of the justices themselves. Understanding the context surrounding these landmark rulings is crucial to appreciating their significance and their lasting impact. The justices, after all, are human beings, with their own biases, experiences, and perspectives. These factors inevitably play a role in their deliberations and their ultimate decisions. We've only scratched the surface of the Supreme Court's most shocking decisions. There are countless other cases that could be included in this discussion, each with its own unique story to tell. But the cases we've examined today highlight the court's power to shape our lives, the importance of understanding its decisions, and the enduring relevance of the ongoing conversation about justice and equality in America. The absurdity of some of these cases, the sheer audacity of some of the rulings, they remind us that the pursuit of justice is a journey, not a destination. And it's a journey that continues day in and day out in courtrooms across the nation. The lessons from these rulings are clear. Vigilance, engagement, and a commitment to the principles of justice are essential to ensure a fair and equitable future for all. So stay informed, stay engaged, and keep questioning. Because in the world of Supreme Court decisions, you never know what shocking revelation might be around the corner. Thank you for joining me on this fascinating, and sometimes slightly absurd, journey through legal history.